Hello, everyone. Remi Tinubu is being called out in America for being there to hide the happenings, the killings in Nigeria. And you saw a particular video where it is said that President Trump mentioned her, where he was saying, "Oh, she's a Christian. She's married to whatever the legitimate president you people have that they call president, and from one of the biggest church they call, Donald Trump, whatever." But a lot of people are saying that they paid $9 million for for a lobbying firm for them to just to whitewash them over there. But a lot of the American public, especially media and all of that, they're not having that. And even though in that particular video, they never zoomed up to her because you could see, whether Trump trying to look for her. I don't even know whether the video is real, is AI, is whatever. But usually for me, I felt in a situation like that, when Trump was talking about her, the natural thing would be that they will zoom the camera towards where she is, and then people will be able to see her. But that never happened. But then there are a lot of you know uh broadcasters and all of that calling her out. Then you have one here, he said, "I blocked Remi Tinubu from using my platform to cover up Christian genocide in Nigeria," US broadcaster said. The broadcast journalist added, I'm not gonna give them a platform to cover up what's happening in Nigeria." American TV show host Tony Perkins has revealed that First Lady, definitely illegitimate First Lady as far as I'm concerned, Remi Tinubu, approached him to discuss religious freedom issues in Nigeria, but he rejected her request because he does not want his platform used to cover up for happenings in Nigeria. Mr. Perkins, who hosts Washington Watch, disclosed this during an edition with US lawmaker Chris Smith on February 4th, when religious freedom was discussed. Mr. Smith was speaking about Bola Tinubu's government denying the killings of Christians in Nigeria and yet hiring American lobbyists to downplay the issue. When Mr. Perkins revealed Mrs. Tinubu approached him to be featured on his platform. There are also other lawmakers that have been calling her out in terms of the things that they say they are doing. And then you see some around say, "Oh, Mr. Tinubu is such a strategist. He did this, he did not do anything." All those for the cause that they are paying $9 million, and the things they are getting, they are not even correlating or corresponding at all, because he has even gathered more backlash than, even because the thing sort of like has been dying down, the way it was being spoken about, but now they have reawakened it, especially within the American society. The First Lady of Nigeria, definitely not my First Lady, was here this week. And in fact, they wanted to come on the program to talk about religious freedom. And I said, I'm not going to meet with them or have meeting with anybody, Mr. Perkins said. The broadcast journalist added, "I'm not going to give them a platform to cover up what they're doing in Nigeria." The First Lady, definitely not my First Lady, did not immediately respond to People's Gazette's request for comment. Mrs. Tinubu visited the US and attended the National Prayer Breakfast on Thursday. Her presence was recognized at the event by President Donald Trump, a development that pro-Tinubu supporters celebrated as a major diplomatic win for the Nigerian government amid pressure from the US government. Mr. Tinubu has been under pressure from the American government since Mr. Trump declared Nigeria a country of particular concern over the alleged killings of Christians in November. The First Lady's visit, months after Mr. Tinubu splashed millions of dollars on Republican lobbyists to burnish his tainted reputation in Washington following Mr. Trump's 2025 remarks denouncing Nigeria as a disgrace under his leadership. But this is just what these people do. They think everything is about, lobbying, everything is about cleaning up, not doing the things they're doing. Let me just look at some of the let me look at some of the comments here. Media Light says the 110 president, he just put a picture of Tinubu. I think we'll just put this picture here so that you will see it. It says a picture of Tinubu and you just put one term, president. Then there's someone called Onodugo who said, except you don't know Oluremi from her time on the Senate, you won't believe she's capable of worse evil than Tinubu. She's the face of insensitivity. And this statement is spot on. If you really have seen her, the way she talks, she's very crude, very cruel in the way she does her things, in the way she behaves. See that time that Senator Abo was caught on camera assaulting a lady, and there she was protecting him and standing with him and doing all sorts of things. She's just on another level, something else. Innocent Chukwu said, nice move. They can keep lying in Nigeria and the UK, but not in the US. Very soon, the $9 million deal will cast. In fact, it don't cast already. Persistence said that's why she quickly come to damage control first and start to dey praise herself. LOL. APC and propaganda una never do anything before without lies. They even know Naija pass MNK and Sunday Igboho combined. That's very, very disturbing to APC. Then just imagine, instead of them to fix the country, they are going around in circle because they have no interest to fix the country. Everything of theirs is thinking about, oh, they will throw money around and be able to get the money out of this. Saint Addison said, I'm ashamed of Nigeria and those who have sold their conscience defending the fraudulent, unpopular, and incompetent Tinubu and his cohorts. So he thinks sending his wife to US to do PR for him, since Trump is not recognizing, he would have made good impact on his battered image. Why have the US somebody is now what's that thing tagging at T Perkins, and he said, why have the US politicians and Christians become silent and now complicit on the Christian genocide in Nigeria? Is it true they have now been bribed, lobbied by Nigerian government? The blood of the innocent is still speaking. Please do something. Assuming that Nigeria happen, NBC for don sanction and close down the section, says someone called Black Mamba. Instead of going around to cover up for their money, why can't they just fix the issue? Shameless people in power. Which kind of wahala be this, God? Said Monix 49. And then Chidility says, thank God international media now understand the Nigerian politicians very well. It's just pathetic, honestly. And they seem to think that whatever money it is that they are throwing around is going to solve the problem that is out there. But at the end of the day, the truth will always find its way out. Thank you so much for watching.